What's up, everybody? Anton Crowley here from dropshiplifestyle.com. And what I want to do today is actually sit down and spend some time to answer the question and give some rebuttals to different variations of, is dropshipping dead? Now, if you don't know this, I have been building dropshipping stores myself since 2008. I've been helping others to do the same since 2012. And pretty much since I started publicly talking about this question pops up almost every single day from people that contact us via email, that comment on social, that attend my training webinars. People want to know, is dropshipping dead? And typically when we ask them, why would you think that? They have one of a few different variations of what would lead them to that conclusion. So instead of just doing my normal answer, which is no, it's not dead, which is the answer, by the way. Again, I wanted to spend some more time, be able to dive into the different variations of these questions and hopefully give you some clarity or peace of mind if you are a beginner to dropshipping, if you're considering building a dropshipping store, but you have that hesitation of, is this worth my time? Because this model might be dead and I'm doing it all for nothing. And that's like the worst thing that could happen, right? You decide you're going to do something, in this case, build a dropshipping store, but in the back of your mind, you think this doesn't work anymore, it's dead, and you don't give it its full effort. So then self-fulfilling prophecy, you don't get results because you didn't actually do the work, because you thought there's a chance that even if you do things right, it doesn't work out. So this is really for everybody, again, that is serious about this, that wants to know the answers to these common questions or points why people might think this business model doesn't work anymore, which again, short answer is it does. No, it's not dead. But for the people that want more than that, I made some notes here based on the most common questions we get, so I can give you everything to help give you that peace of mind and again, that clarity to move forward. Also, just quickly before we get into this, I'm not gonna sit here and say, when it comes to drop shipping, that everything that worked even a year ago still works today. Definitely things that worked 5 or 10 years ago probably don't work the same way today, because this is a business, right? And just like any business, and really with most things in life, the way they continue to work is to adapt. And the things that typically die are things like loopholes or shortcuts, things that really people are trying to exploit a system to get results from. But what we do, and what I'll show you how to do, is actually build a business that provides real value to your customers and to your bank account. And that's the type of business that lasts as long as you adapt over time. And it's a business that your customers are happy with when they get what they bought from you, and that you're happy with because the profit is healthy enough. Then it's a win-win. That's the type of business that does not die. Okay. So first common question that comes up with, is dropshipping dead? Is dropshipping dead because there's too much competition? So again, the answer here is no. There is going to be competition, right? And specifically with the type of stores that we build ourselves and that we teach how to build at dropshiplifestyle.com, we actually look for competition. We want to have what we call future competitors that are stores selling what we want to sell. And we want to find at least 20 different brands, AKA suppliers, that are making the products that are dropship friendly that we can sell for. Because if you find in industry and there's nobody else selling what you want to sell, that's a bad sign. Okay, it's 2023 now. Everybody that has ever thought of an e-commerce idea, if it's a good one, has built that store, has gotten success with it, and you're not looking to pioneer a new industry online when you build one of these stores. You're looking to find something that works. You're looking to find how you can be different. You're looking to identify your, what I call future competitors' weaknesses, and turn them into your future strengths. So again, competition is a good thing. You do want there to be other successful stores selling what you want to sell. And your job from there, again, is to identify their weaknesses and turn them into your strengths so you can capture some of that market. If there's no market already, if it's not established, then good luck trying to be the first one and find something that hasn't been found in the, 30 or 40 years that the internet's been live, and probably the last 20 that e-commerce has really taken off. Okay, next thing that we've been hearing more so over the past year is dropshipping is dead because of the Facebook iOS updates, and they killed the ability to basically effectively track advertisements on Facebook ads. Now, if you're not aware of what happened with Facebook, basically Apple said you can't track people without their permission anymore. Apple on iPhones says, do you want to be allowed to track? Basically, 95% of people say no. So there is a lot less accurate tracking data, I would say, when it comes to Facebook ads, not just for dropshippers, but for any businesses that advertise there. With that being said, I'm going to cover a couple things here. First is that there are workarounds that aren't perfect in terms of bringing back what you had before, but that do get you the data you need to make informed decisions when it comes to Facebook ads that give you enough to track there, be able to reach people that use iOS devices, and be able to be extremely profitable with Facebook ads. Now, I've done another YouTube video actually on these tracking workarounds. So what I'll do if you're interested in that is link to them in the description of this episode, and you can check those out if you want more detail on that. Okay, so that's the first thing. Ever since Facebook implemented these changes, yes, tracking is different now. But again, like I mentioned in the beginning of this, we find workarounds, we find things to basically make our businesses continue to operate as per usual, which is what we did here. That's normal. Things are going to change. That's life, that's business. Now, the other thing I'll say on this is the people that this affected more so than us with the type of stores we build are the people that are strictly direct response. The people that are running Facebook ads typically to more of the impulse buy type products, the lower ticket things that are very demonstratable through images that try to grab people's attentions through either an image or a short video, get them just to go and buy, even if they had no buying intent before they clicked on that thing. So those are and were the type of Facebook advertisers that invested lots of money into those ads to get those people that would just come in right away and buy. Now, those advertisers still do have a bit of an issue because they're spending huge budgets there and they're trying to track very, very, very precisely what is working because that's where their traffic comes from. That's how their business is built. With us, when it comes to Facebook ads, the way we use them is it's basically a remarketing tool. So the people that are seeing our Facebook ads are people that found us via Google ads typically, or via organic searches from Google or Bing. So still need to be able to track it. And again, we do have workarounds, but it's not like this was something where, Facebook flipped this switch when Apple told them they had to, and we suddenly panicked. It didn't have much of an effect on us even after the first day, but we did find workarounds so we couldn't be able to track more accurately. And yeah, that's the answer to that. In no way did it come close to killing our businesses or making dropshipping as a business model dead. Okay, next one. Dropshipping is dead because no one wants to wait 4 weeks for a product to be delivered. Fair enough, right? But that is, again, what some people do. That's one method of dropshipping. Specifically, you might know what I'm talking about here. That's the model of dropshipping from China, where you go to a website like AliExpress or one of the dozens of others, you plug in these products that are dropshipped directly from China to your customers. And because that is a long process, it's typically 2 weeks bare minimum, most likely about 4 weeks for the customer to get their product. And yeah, in 2023, no one's willing to wait 4 weeks unless it's something that's back ordered that they really need or something that's customized where they understand a longer wait time. But the type of stores that we build, again, this is where it comes into, there's different ways to do dropshipping. The type of stores that we build and the suppliers we sell for have products in stock domestically to the countries where we do business. So for me, I do business in the States. My suppliers are in the States. The products are in warehouses in the States. They're typically delivered within 2 to 4 business days. That's true for our students at Dropship Lifestyle in Australia. They have suppliers in Australia. Our students in the UK have suppliers in the UK, and so on and so on. So yes, is the model of dropshipping directly from China dead? I mean, I would say so, but I would have told you that 5 years ago, right? So different models, different ways of dropshipping. One, I don't think works well. Don't really think it ever did. The other, where you can get customers their products fast, is again alive and well. Okay. Next point here is dropshipping is dead because it has developed a bad reputation. Now, this is true, right? If you go online and you search for dropshipping on business websites, you'll see different articles about the model of people basically taking products again from AliExpress, marking them up 5x or whatever it may be, and then having these long lead times for customers. And most likely what you'll see in these articles is customers' complaints. You'll see people receiving items that weren't as they were described. You'll see customers mad that they waited 4 weeks to get a product, and then it came in packaging that didn't have even the brand name that they bought from on it. It had Chinese lettering on it. The product wasn't what was represented on the website they bought from. And this has led to many people becoming aware that that business model, right, of ordering these kind of impulse buy products it has a bad reputation because guess what? They're not worth buying for the most part, right? Customers are not having good experiences buying from those stores. And again, in my opinion, that method of dropshipping is dead. And that's one, even when it was at its peak of people talking about it, probably going back like 5 years ago now. Go back and watch my videos from then. I even said this is not going to last because you can't build a business on something that's not stable. And again, that model of just trying to find the cheapest products you can that you can mark up the most and make customers wait for them and then have thousands of customers that are upset, that's not sustainable. So is that method of dropshipping dead? I would say absolutely. But again, in my opinion, I would have never advised you to use that, let's call it a loophole, even back then, because it's not something that ever could have compounded on itself. And the people that tried to build those stores 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, the people that try to build those stores even now are not going to have anything tomorrow that's stronger than it was today. And when it comes to my opinion with dropshipping or any businesses that we are building, the time that we put in should compound on itself. So you want to build something, again, I'm going to keep going back to this, but where your customers are happy so that the business actually grows, so that it doesn't get taken out by negative reviews and negative feedback and just mentally drain you because your customers hate your company. You can't build that and expect to have something in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years that's still growing. So yes, that model of dropshipping is dead. Okay. Next thing here is dropshipping is dead because every good niche is taken. Kind of hit on this earlier when it comes to competition, but yes, every good niche is going to have multiple stores that are making lots of money selling those products. But again, that's not a bad thing. That's the reality of getting into a business at any point, right? I mean, everything that you're going to want to do is taken. If it's not taken, and this isn't even commerce related, but if it's not taken, it means you're going to basically be the pioneer for it and build brand new products and introduce them to the world and have those products take off. And are those things possible to do? Of course, but that's not what we're trying to do here. What we try to do is build lifestyle businesses that can be managed in about 15 to 30 minutes per day, that can make us a more than full-time income, and that we don't need to invest hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars to start up. We're looking for businesses that we can start for a few $100 and get these amazing results from. So yes, every good niche is taken, but that's fine. Again, we want to see what is working so we can emulate what's working on those stores and so that we can identify their weaknesses and turn them into our strengths so that we can be up there with the top stores in our niche or our future niche. Okay, next concern is that dropshipping is dead because no good suppliers would work with me as a new store. And this is true and untrue. So let's just say you decide, hey, Anton, I'm going to build a store and I want to sell stand-up desks. Okay, great. You go out there, you do your research. Let's just say you find 20 different brands that make stand-up desks that are dropship friendly when you're doing your research. Okay, great. Now you as a store owner, a new store owner, are going to reach out to those 20 brands to become an authorized retailer to sell their products. But just like I talk about in the dropship blueprint, they're not all going to approve you from day one because you're a new store. So let's just say you only get a 50% approval rating in the beginning. So only 50% of the brands you reach out to sell for say, yes, you can sell our stuff. Okay, you're starting with 10 brands, then you have 10 more that you can come back to as you start to build your reputation, as you start to get traffic, get orders, and really build a name for yourself in that industry. Then you go back, maybe you pick up 5 more over the next 6 months, and over the next year, you pick up the other 5, and now you're selling for all the top 20 brands in your niche. That's how it works, right? That's normal. And the truth is, that was even normal a decade ago when I first got started. The top of the top, what I call gold suppliers, that really only work with a very, very small number of retailers that send retailers traffic. They don't approve everybody from day one. That's just not their business. So yes, the good suppliers, the best suppliers, they're not going to approve you on day one, but that is totally fine. I wouldn't expect them to. The ones you want to work with, meaning suppliers, aka brands, are the ones that I call silver suppliers that do vet stores before they approve them, that do not charge for access to sell their products, and that actually have quality products that ship fast, that take care of their retailers. So there's plenty of them, again, more than enough to get the ball rolling, to generate revenue, to generate profit. Then you get those gold suppliers over time. But doesn't mean dropshipping's dead. It just means it's a business and you start with what you can get. There's a quote I really like from Theodore Roosevelt that says, do what you can with what you have where you are. And perfect analogy for getting started, right? Do what you can, get the ball rolling, then you'll get more over time. That's life, that's business. Make it work. It's not dead because of that. Okay. Next concern is dropshipping is dead because I heard people are getting their Stripe and PayPal accounts banned. Now, the reason people get their Stripe accounts banned or their PayPal accounts banned is because those companies are basically merchant accounts. PayPal, I don't think, unless you're using a certain tier of that, I don't think they classify themselves as a merchant account, but that's what they act as. And the way that works is when somebody wants to pay, let's say on your store, the money goes through them and then they deposit the money in your bank account. Now, just think of it this way before I explain why people have got their accounts banned and will continue to for the rest of time. It's because when these companies act as your merchant account, you're getting that money, right? They're processing that transaction. They're charging their 2.9% to do that for you. Then the money goes to your bank account. Well, let's just say you were a not so honest, shady business owner, and you did $100,000 of sales your first month. And let's just say Stripe deposited you did 50,000 through Stripe. They put that in your account. You did 50,000 through PayPal. They put that in your account. And then you went to the bank and you withdrew $100,000 and you never shipped anything to your customers and you closed your website and you said, I have $100,000 now. Cool. I'm going to go travel the world for a year. Okay. Well, customers start realizing my product didn't arrive. They start emailing you. No one responds. What does the customer do? They contact their credit card company. They contact PayPal. They file chargebacks. And then the merchant accounts, Stripe and PayPal, have to try to get that money back from you. If they try to take it out, basically withdraw it from your bank account, the money's not there. Now they're both screwed, right? They're both out $50,000 each because they took on that risk. So when it comes to why people get their accounts banned, it's from a risk perspective of the merchant accounts. They don't shut down anyone's account because they are drop shipping. They don't shut down your account unless it's first of all, when it comes to business model, if it's something prohibited, think things like, some supplements that you're not allowed to sell, obviously anything illegal, things like that, that'll be an automatic shutdown, right? But that's not what we do. So what's the other reason that accounts could get shut down? It's because of a risk factor. It would be because of too many chargebacks. So going back to earlier points, if you build the type of dropshipping store where you're shipping products that take 4 weeks to get delivered and they're not accurately represented on the store and customers aren't happy when they're received and you're not good with customer service or you're not willing to work with customers to make it right, they're going to file chargebacks with Stripe or with PayPal, then you're going to get your accounts banned. It's that simple. It's not a drop shipping specific thing. It's a bad business thing. So again, going back again to so many earlier points, build a business that provides value to your customers and it will provide value to your bank accounts. Don't try to find these loopholes and these easy wins that you might think of easy in the short term that are going to lead to accounts getting banned in the long term. Okay. So no, if you run a good business, your accounts will not get shut down. That does not happen. Next thing is dropshipping is dead because I heard people are getting their Facebook accounts banned. So similar but different to the Stripe PayPal thing. The way that it works with Facebook ads, or really any ad platform, is they want to make sure that you're delivering a quality experience to the people that are seeing your ads. So Facebook, for example, when you run an e-commerce store, you run your ads, people click them, people buy. And what Facebook will occasionally do is put these little surveys in someone's newsfeed, maybe 1, 2, 3 weeks after they bought, sometimes even further out. And it'll say something like, how would you rate your experience with Anton's store, right? Whatever it is. And they can choose if it was a good experience, if it was a bad experience, what happened, right? And if that happens and you get a ton of 1-star reviews and a ton of poor experiences, well, guess what? Facebook doesn't want you advertising there because it basically would mean that you're running a scam on their platform. So again, that's why those things happen. It's from the people that run these bad businesses that take forever to ship, that don't accurately represent what they sell, that get a lot of chargebacks, that have angry customers. That is why that would happen. Again, there's no reason that should ever happen if you are running a legitimate business like we do and like we teach at dropshiplifestyle.com. Okay. Last one. This is one that, again, we don't hear it as much anymore, but we did hear it a couple of years ago when this was more popular of a business model. People saying that dropshipping is dead because Amazon no longer allows it on their platform. Again, they never really did. It kind of was a loophole back in the day, but people would try to, set up Amazon seller accounts and list all these products that they were dropshipping. And it says right in Amazon's terms of service that you're not allowed to do that. And guess what? They don't like that. And if they find out you're doing it, they're going to terminate your account. So that's not not new. I've never recommended dropshipping on Amazon because we want to have our own store. We want to have our own assets. We want to have our own customers. So it doesn't affect us. It never has. But if you thought, well, Amazon doesn't allow it, so dropshipping's dead, you should have never been dropshipping on Amazon to begin with. So don't worry about it. You can get over that one. So yeah, guys, those are the main things I want to cover. And hopefully I made it clear that the truth is dropshipping is alive and well. The things that have died and will continue to die are loopholes and things people see as ways to make money really quickly. They don't last. They're not sustainable. So kind of it is what it is. So hopefully, I've proved through my answers in this video and the fact that I've been doing this myself since 2008 and that I've helped thousands of others do this since 2012, that dropshipping is alive and well if you build the right type of business. And in my opinion, that is one that provides real value to your customers and to your bank account. So as always, I hope you got value. And if you want to see another video that will help you get started on your dropshipping journey, you can click right over here. And if you want to register for a free training where I go more into depth on this stuff, you can click right down here. So thanks, guys. I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you in the next one.